All right, welcome to the Blitz League podcast, and, well, let's talk about the Pro Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Now, first off, let's start off with the list of the Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks, there were two selected. The first Pro Bowl with the most votes was Dre.
Woo! Dre Ski.
And the second quarterback was Paulie.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
Nice job, Paulie. Now, receivers. Shockey was a Pro Bowl receiver. Brian was a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah, definitely.
Lou was a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah, definitely.
Darren was a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah.
Thomas was a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah.
Chooney was a Pro Bowl receiver.
Well, Chooney was defense.
For defense, we had Ray as the most vote getter, Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
We had Nick in there as well. We had Darius.
Yeah.
And the last defender on the defense list was Will. And the all-pros, only 6 made it, were Dre, Brian, Will, Lou, Ray, and Shockey. What an incredible list of characters.
Yeah, players that all fight for something, I'd say. Players that all have intensity to their game.
Most of them do, yeah. I mean, this is a great list. That all-pro team, I mean, I heard someone say today, I would never want to face that team.
Oh, yeah.
So, I did the voters get it right, though? I think that's what the question is. Did the voters get it right? On the field today, there were a couple of people that felt they were snubbed. A couple of the names, David.
No.
Cole.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the people that felt they were snubbed. David,
Cole,
the Red Twin.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter.
Definitely.
Was there one more? I think that was the main four. And Stash. Oh, my God.
I think Stash. Yeah.
Stash had a hell of a year.
All right. You're loud, but
of course I am. That's my receiver. That was one of my top guys.
Yeah, well, that's feelings, personal emotions coming into it.
Oh, yeah,
I would say Stash is, I mean, it's like you got to be down 100% of the time, 80% of the time, or at least like have a...
Yeah, but for all fairness, you know, I feel like Lou wasn't there half the time he made the list. Thomas wasn't there, like, he was there maybe a third of the time. He made it. I was shocked by that, you know?
Yeah, Thomas has a different type of fight than Stash does, though.
Thomas had a hell of a year. When he came to play, he played.
A bully. He's a bully. He plays, so...
Yeah. Guys felt they were snubbed. We put out the voting for, you know, who do you think was the most snubbed, and it was honestly... It was even all across the board. It's tough to say, you know, and that's what happened. A lot of guys voted for different guys, and it's like someone like David or Cole, like they were getting like 3 or 4 votes when they needed at least 7 votes, you know what I mean, to make it to the Pro Bowl in a certain position, and they just didn't hit that number.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of guys saying, and this was...
And I believe David voted for himself, you know. I'm not gonna...
I think a lot of people voted for themselves. There's nothing wrong with voting for yourself, but I'm just saying... There
is for me.
It almost seemed like, you know, David was mad at the league because he didn't make the Pro Bowl. This is voted on by your peers.
Yeah, we don't have any input into any of the stuff, so I don't know why he was upset.
Yeah, the other Pro Bowl snub was Stash. I think he had an incredible year. I thought he was going to make it. As far as the voting was concerned, he was very close to getting that second or that last defensive spot that Darius claimed. He was very close to getting that spot. He just didn't come through with it. There were a lot of guys that were very close. Cole was very close to making it. David, we already mentioned. Peter. I mean, these guys were close to making it. They just didn't secure it. And it's something to fight for next year. I think that's the next thing, and that's what I heard a couple of guys saying. There were a couple of guys that were upset, and they took it the wrong way, and they were like, this is bogus. You know, I started hearing something like that.
Then smoke bogeys. I don't know.
And then smoke bogeys, right? Yeah, but what I'm saying is you have to have the right mindset, you know? Like, you know, the league didn't see you as a Pro Bowler this season. Fight for something. Fight for the Pro Bowl next year. Go twice as hard. Train on your off time. Give it your all to make sure you make it this upcoming year. You want to see guys? I mean, Shockey made All-Pro. That guy had a hell of a year. Why? He's locked in. He's focused.
There's multiple things.
He's locked in.
He has Dre as quarterback.
Okay, all right. It's not just that, Ronnie. He even does it on defense.
Of course.
He's an All-Pro. There were only 6 in the league. You can't say anything about, he has Dre as quarterback. Okay, yeah, that it's a factor. I don't want to spend too much time hovering over, you know, who didn't make it. Let's talk about who made it. Do you think that there was any surprises out of the characters that made it?
Paulie, I thought Paulie was a surprise. Ray being All-Pro was a surprise. I thought Thomas making it was a surprise.
Yeah.
But it's like, I believe that Ray and Thomas started coming down and, you know, that they came down and they just seen how dominant they were. And yeah, they played great. But a lot of people just seen the build they have and thought, like, I have to vote for them. They're definitely so much better than me. The Steelers, you guys voted in 3 people from the Pro Bowl. The Steelers had 3 people go in. And for them not to see Cole as like a dynamic player, I don't know. Rumor has it Cole will not be on that team next year. That's just, the teams will be swapped up. You know, it's going to be a lot of surprises upcoming. But I think that if I was Cole, I'm dipping. I'm leaving, and I'm just trying to find that recognition I need to find.
I'm going to say something, and it might not be contrary to popular beliefs, but I think that last week had a lot to do with how people voted. You know, Thomas, he probably came down 3-4 times this season, but he came down for the playoffs, and he balled out in the playoffs. So people voted for him. Whereas someone like Stash, who I think had a Pro Bowl season, well, he wasn't there that week. Same thing with Peter. He's the most consistent character. He's the most consistent character in the Blitz League. He's there every week, but he wasn't there the last week. I think, unfortunately, it weighed on people's mind. It was that recency bias, and I think that definitely affected how voting went.
Just know where your team comes from. That's all I ask. Is just know where your team comes from. It's like, everyone knew going against Dre's team, who's Dre's go-to guy? Pete. Vince, Dre's go-to guy, the guy that he always talks to. Listen, I'm hurt. You know, I'm speaking like this because my feelings are hurt. I voted for Vince. I voted for these guys. Like, I'm thinking of the players I voted for. I voted for Vince. I voted for Cole. You know what I mean? And see my boys not make it that I voted for me.
Why are they your boys? Because
I'm the one that took the film. I seen what they did. And for me, it's like, if your team couldn't see it, or the league that's playing, and listen, I'm not in the game, so, you know, maybe I don't know as much, maybe not. But when they were on the field, I seen how much of a voice they had. Not just a voice, how much of an impact they had, how hard they went. And how much of a good player they needed to play like. Because the biggest thing for the Steelers, for me, was their quick fuse of getting angry. Their quick fuse of getting their minds messed with. Name one player on the Steelers this year that never gets his head messed with. Cole. Me. For me,